big news about Joe Biden's garage. As you all know by now, this is where classified documents were discovered. Well, it was discovered in 4 places, one of the 4 places, just laying around near Biden's Corvette right there. Apparently, they have been there for years. But Joe isn't worried at all. Doesn't think it's a big deal at all. Take a look.
We're fully cooperating, looking forward to getting this resolved quickly. I think you're going to find there's nothing there. I have no regrets. I'm following what the lawyers have told me they want me to do. It's exactly what we're doing. There's no there.
No regrets, no there. That's not what he said about Donald Trump. Last week, Biden said that this is all much ado about nothing because, quote, the documents and the Corvette are in a locked garage, except, of course, when it wasn't locked, which seems like happened on a regular basis. Here, by the way, Hunter Biden out taking the car for a joyride with his niece and another young woman who is yet to be identified. Hunter clearly had access to the garage and every other room in the house because he lived there. You know, keep in mind, Hunter's entire career was based on selling access to his father to sketchy foreign nationals from countries, a lot of whom hate our guts. So obviously, Hunter's proximity to easy access to classified material is a little bit more than concerning. Hunter is not the only person that had access to Biden's Delaware mansion, even though Joe spends almost every weekend there conducting official business, and we have no idea who visits the home. The White House claiming there's no log of anybody that comes, anybody that goes. Let me just tell you the facts. That is a blatant lie. That's like, I never talked to Hunter or anybody about their foreign business dealings in my family. Now, based on my interviews with multiple presidents over the years, I know for a fact the Secret Service, they track every single person that enters a sitting president's home. There's definitely a record of who has been in that house over the last 2 years. They just don't want to release it. Now, the entire ordeal reeks of corruption. And for the very first time, look at this Rasmussen poll now showing a majority of you, the American people, believe that President Biden committed an impeachable offense. And yet this country is facing much bigger problems. Take a look at your screen. Look at Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the birthplace of our great American republic. This is where the Declaration of Independence was signed. This is where our Constitution was written. But now Philadelphia is hell on earth. Violent crime, street gangs, lethal drugs have turned vast areas of the city into a living nightmare. And it's only getting worse. A dangerous new drug is now flooding the market. Its nickname is Trank, and it is a horse sedative, believe it or not, that dealers are mixing with fentanyl, and the results are downright gruesome. It is causing gaping, festering wounds in addicts and leaving some unable to walk. Already, Philadelphia's overdose deaths are nearly triple where they were just a decade ago, and that number will almost certainly continue to climb. And sadly, it's not just Philadelphia. Look at your screen. Overdose deaths nationwide are skyrocketing, now at an all-time high. Anybody in the Democratic Party equate this to the chaos at the border? You know, thanks to the mass quantities of cheap, lethal drugs pouring in across that southern border and a culture of lawlessness and no bail laws and defunding and dismantling police departments in almost every major city in this country, they are now facing a crisis what is of epic proportions. Democrats don't seem to notice. They don't seem to care. When was the last time you saw a prominent Democrat walk the streets of West Baltimore? You know, Maxine Waters doesn't even live in her own congressional district in Los Angeles. Why? Because maybe it's too dangerous? And Joe Biden, would he ever dare step foot in some neighborhoods in Detroit, Philly, Chicago, America's cities? They are rotting right in front of our eyes. And Democrats, they have their heads in the sand. And in most cases, these cities have been driven into the ground by Democrats that have been running these cities for decade after decade after decade. You have thousands now dying nationally, millions hopelessly addicted to these drugs. The homeless population is now at record highs. There's no end in sight. There's no effective solutions. There's no local leadership. And yet the oh-so-compassionate bleeding heart left is rewarding them by giving the Democrats their vote every single election. Philadelphia has not had a Republican mayor since 1948. I wouldn't expect one anytime soon. Maybe, just maybe, it's time for a change. Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.